has come, the moment you've all been waiting for. The biggest event of this entire con is about to begin. It is with great honor and pleasure that I would like to welcome to the stage Mr. 2, the Ranting Gryphon!
I have to bring canceled stool. It's a canceled chair, right? We gotta have that.
You are canceled.
And by what?
Huh?
What'd you say?
It's a canceled chair, right?
Oh, well, I thought you said I'm handsome.
Oh, you're handsome then.
I was about to say, yeah, I know. That's cool. Well, next month I will be 50 years old. Woo! Actually. No, we don't cheer for that. That's, when you get 30, 20, 30, something like that, it's like, yeah. When you're half a century old, it's like, whatever. You don't mess with it. I hope you guys do not mind what I am wearing tonight. Hope you don't mind. I noticed a lot of people waving around flags this weekend. I thought I would wear the best one. We kind of have to put that out as a disclaimer because right now, there's a lot of people that are afraid of this.
Amen.
I mean, I've seen these, news reports, and there are people, and they're standing up there, and they're, my God, he had a flagpole in his lawn. It had an American flag on it. That's a sign of danger. And I'm like, okay, when I wear this, it means I support capitalism, gun rights, free speech, freedom in general, and I don't know shit about geography. All right? I don't know if that's frightening to people, but if you come up to me and you're like, where's Oklahoma City? And I say, North Virginia. If that's scary to you, boogity boogity. Scary dude here. But, oh, wait. I just tossed this down here. I should have done that. These are my notes. Make notes so I know what I'm talking about. I'll probably sit on this later and not realize it. But, I like wearing this flag because I'm American. Amen. Now, there's a difference, okay? Everybody in this country, if you were born here, if you legally immigrated, you're an American. But there's also Americans. Now, an American is just anybody who lives here. Americans are people who actually know how to put the old cable spool in your back lawn and use that as a piece of furniture. How many people have one? Yeah, there you go. I knew it. Oh, man. But no, America is for everybody. That's the whole point. It's for everybody. They don't think so right now. That's the weird part, is that they're fighting over it. They're taking, America doesn't belong, it belongs over here. It belongs on me and some of you. And I don't know why they do that. I really don't know what's going on, but it's confusing times right now. And, you got white people. White people built a lot of the stuff that, a lot of this country. But then you have Latinos. They were here before white people. And then you have black people. And black people, they're saying they were the first species on the planet. And then you have women, and women are like, men, you're done running things, patriarchy, sit down, it's a woman's turn. And then you have gay people, they're the underdogs. You have Christians, and the Christians are like, well, this nation was raised on our ideals. And then you have the atheists who think the Christians are in the Dark Ages. And they're all trying to fight with each other. There's America mine, America yours, America this. Well, I'm Native American, so y'all can kiss my ass. No, that's one of the things is that I am a gay person of Native American descent. And I don't mind when people wave flags around. Doesn't bother me. That's fine. You got a country, wave a flag. A cause, you wave a flag, it's fine with me, it's good. But Somebody's going to have to explain to me the gay pride flag. Somebody's going to have to do that because I know it's supposed to represent part of me, but I look at that, my brain cannot take that much information in at once. I'm looking at this thing and this, okay, gay people are supposed to have a sense of fashion, I thought we were accused of, right? And they're like, all right, guys, we're going to get together tonight, we're going to make a flag, okay? Eat this box of crayons and then shoot. Which colors do we want? All of them. Every color in the world. But that was the old one. Now they have the new with the angles and the things, and they made those colors up. Those colors aren't real. You can put that color, you can put that flag, God could hold that flag and go, what in the hell did you do? I didn't make this. All right, you guys made these colors. I didn't do this. So yeah, I mean, I used to know what it meant. It used to mean some kind of like pride in your sexuality. I don't think it means that anymore, though. All it really means now, when people are waving that thing around or they have it on their icons or whatever, is, oh, this guy's going to go on Facebook and say a bunch of dumb shit. That's all it means now. But, no, I mean, I didn't expect it. I didn't feel like I needed to come out of the closet for being proud of being an American. I've never really done a lot of like political stuff in my comedy because I didn't feel like I needed to come out with that. But now here we are, and I'm a centrist, by the way. I'm right in the middle. And sometimes I get confused because it's like I'm watching a football game, and we have one team and the other team. The other team doesn't like neither team likes what each other's doing. And you have this team, and they want to run off, riot and burn down their own cities. They want to take all the dangerous, deadly drugs, and if two of them can bother, enough to get together in enough for one of them to be pregnant, they instantly want to terminate that genetic, continuing of them. Why does the other side have a problem with this? Why? It's confusing enough, but if you could imagine a football game, right? It would be confusing enough if, these guys got the ball and started running toward their own goal. That's already confusing. What's more confusing is if the other team tries to tackle that bitch. Why are you stopping him? Let him go! But I'm in the middle. I'm just watching this all from the center. So, sometimes I get a little confused about that. I need that open. Why is that not open? There's that. This is, I guess you could call it, it would be a show. I don't know what really to call it. And if I was going to do a comedy show, there would be comedy in this show. So it would be a comedy show. A lot of people don't know what comedy is anymore. No. I'm standing up here thinking is this a dead art? A lot of people think the word joke, you say the word joke, and they think it means that you want to say specifically and on purpose the most offensive possible thing you can say to the largest number of people possible, and you have the nerve to actually want to be released from all the consequences that comes from saying that thing, which is absolutely correct. No, that's right on. That's exactly what it is. But they don't want that now. So now you say something that's offensive or something like that, and oh my God, okay, you have said something that could be offensive to someone at some point in the past, now, or in the future. Therefore, you and your entire existence and everything you love must have a cactus enema. And you gotta bend over and take it, You've said something that was horrible, and so your life must now be beaten by the woke dildo daily. So commands the women who host The View. But, actually, you don't have to do that. There's rules to comedy. Certain things that you got to know. That for people who haven't seen this before, that's one. If you can actually laugh, it's okay. It's okay to laugh if you want to, because sitting down there, nobody knows you're laughing. And if I say something sick and you laugh at it, they're not going to come after you. They're going to beat the shit out of me. So I'm the one who's on the line. You guys can laugh if you want to. Another thing is, remember, you are not the only person in the audience. Don't make that mistake. Some people down there now, to get in the audience, they think it's a personal conversation between them and the comic, which is, it's not always bad, unless you're Louis C.K. Then it's bad. But you don't have to do that, because sometimes a comic will start insulting people. They'll insult a group of people, right? So you don't have to do this. You don't have to think that they're targeting your individual ass. If a comic says, well, if you like this thing, then you should run off and start an unlicensed hamster drag queen daycare center. Now, you're not the only one in the audience. Remember that. Second thing, if you stand up and go, how dare you insult what I do with my life? Now everybody in the room is going to know you're a sick fuck. So maybe don't do that. That's rule number 2. Rule number 3, and I have to do this one because this actually happened to me. Some people think that comedy joke means official legal confession. You do not have to pick up your phone and dial 911. If they think that a comic has stepped up on stage and is there to present their most horrible legal offenses to God and people who paid $13.50 to get in the room so they could snort blow off of a hooker's tits. This is not true unless you're Louis C.K. So you don't have to do that. If you hear me say something like, I ate 12 babies yesterday, you don't have to dial 911. You can chill, you can relax. If I say anything that I did that would normally be illegal, I didn't actually do it, as far as you know. I'm going to leave that right there. I guess, true story time. That actually did happen to me, by the way. I used to perform with this old guy. His name was Uncle Kage. And we were doing a charity auction. Now, it wasn't an auction, it was a comedy show. What happened was, they'd bring in, I think it was $15 we were charging. And we bring it in, and they'd give it to the charity, and then they get a little ticket. They could go in, and me and Kage would do improv comedy all night long. And sometimes we'd go past midnight, So we're in the middle of this thing, and he starts to tell a true story. This is something that really happened to him. He moved into this house. Right next door was this old couple. Been married a long time. Lived there for a bit. And he went off to work. One day, nobody knows why, the guy walked out of this house, walked into Kage's yard, got on Kage's porch, and shot himself in the face. It actually happened. Kage got home, there's police, there's a dead guy, and I'm thinking, and I'm sitting there. Now, I don't always have the best timing. Not always. And I'm sitting there thinking, how did this get so depressing? How did it get so morose? What happened to this? I shall fix this. And I turned to Kage and I said, what you should have done is drag the dead body back over there, throw it on the porch and said, stop leaving your sex toys on my lawn. Was it the best joke ever?
Yes.
No. But later at that convention, 2 uniformed officers come up to me. Did you do anything with a dead body? And I could tell they didn't believe it, but I'm like, what are you talking? It's like, we got a report that you kind of defamed some defiled, remains of a human being, like you were dragging him around the neighborhood. And I'm like, why stop there? Why not be creative? Why not say, that I was dressing up dead people in pink tutus, dragging them through the neighborhood in a red wagon so I could bring them to my backyard so we could have a fucking tea party? Why stop? Let's just keep going with it. So, yeah, that actually happened. I hope this water is not, hang on. I think it's sealed.
You want me to try that first?
Damn, it's not alcohol. So, now that that's all done, hello guys, welcome to Free for All 2022. I guess this is my office now, temporarily. If I was going to make a show, this would be my office. I actually got there's a little map that FFA staff put out, and it just showed all the states that people came from. So, how many people out there? Is this your first con? A lot of you guys. Wow. That's amazing. Well, if you go home by the end of this weekend and you're not confused, we did not do our job. That's what we're doing here. Be careful. It is Oklahoma. I noticed that a lot of people from a lot of states have come here. Be very careful of the heat. We know that's bad. And if you're walking around outside in a possum suit, be extremely careful of the heat. You can fall over. Oklahoma, also, it's the weekend. It's Saturday. Real show now. And some people got the reference. Oklahoma has this thing that it does on the weekends. It likes to combine beer with things that should not have beer. Like rednecks. As an example. Now, if you run into a group of drunk rednecks, you'll probably be okay. You might wind up duct tape in the back of a pickup truck doing donuts in a field somewhere. That's usually the fun part. But if you run into a bunch of drunk rednecks and you're in that possum suit, take extra lube and a bag of Doritos because you may not be coming back for a little while. Now, if you're in that possum suit and you run into a group of drunk possums, they may worship you for a little while and then throw you in the nearest volcano. We don't know with possums. Keep an eye on the weather, too, by the way. When we landed, tornado, hit and went through Broken Arrow, I think. So, yeah, be careful of that. Keep your eye on the weather. Because believe me, drunk tornadoes are complete asshats. And if you're in that possum suit and a drunk tornado swirls up to you, hey, I know you. I ran into a tree, you guys back there. And I spun them around and around until they were very dizzy. And also they were dead. You guys look so funny when your eyes are bulging out. Here, let me show you. And then it will pick you up and throw you into the next county. Because it's American. So be careful of those. We don't want people being thrown around by tornadoes. I guess it's safe. I haven't fallen over dead yet, so. I spilled it. My fault. But, yeah. Welcome to Oklahoma. Welcome to the show. It's my job now. I'm very thankful we have the canceled stool right here. We don't age well. Comics, we do not age well. We age like a fine old smegma. Now, and you can see it happen too if you actually go out and watch. You'll see the younger comedians. They'll come out here and they'll grab the mic out of here and they're it's like, hey guys, how's it going? How are you doing? And they look like they're, trying to jerk off a manticore without getting their head bitten off. Oh! It's because they're nervous, they're nervous. Big rookie mistake. Just don't do this at first. You don't do that. Now, later, these first guys you'll see at like, a comedy club, well, actually a bar or something. Now you're going on to comedy clubs. They're a little bit more relaxed. They're louder, and they're more confident, but their jokes suck. And they want to pick on the audience. That's what they want to do. They want to poke and say, hey guy, hey, it's good to see you. Yeah, but this guy, the nipples on this guy, rhino nipples, man, that's you. Rhino nipples right here. Hey, great to see you guys. Thanks for coming. Say, any of you snort and blow off of a hooker's tits? And that's that. And then, eventually, they get old. And they're moving toward the chair. They get old. And now, this is the age of truth. Because all they want to do is get paid. And then get off the stage and go to the bar. That's all they want. They want to have my favorite drink, which is called a lot. And they'll stand there, and they'll just come right out with it. And they'll be like, hey guys, my armpits are getting fat. I didn't think that was possible. I pick the top layer of skin off the bottom of my feet sometimes. I don't eat all of it. Last time my body told me I had to take a shit, I'd already punched half of it out in my underwear. How are you guys doing? And then you have the cancel chair. And this is kind of new because people didn't start canceling people until a few years ago. So canceled comics are kind of new. So we're just going to come out here and we're going to sit down and go, the fuck do you want? Well, I mean, we're canceled. Honestly, I'm a little worried. Not for me, but for you guys. Because I'm already canceled. I can pretty much say whatever I want. What are they going to do? Cancel me again? Oh dear. Whoops. No, you get the routine of being canceled. It's like the first time you get slapped in the face with bull testicles. Oh, I know that routine. Great. It's like, yeah, when you get in that possum fursuit, you get led up to that hotel room and it has a bunch of naked people oiled up with whips, and then they bring in the donkey and you're like, oh, I know this. I know what this is. It's kind of like that. A little bit like that. But, I have to sit here and wonder, what do I talk about? Because I can talk about being old. Boring, right? I can talk about being fat. I got some of that. The only thing, I do have one thing to say about being fat. There's one thing. Nobody told me when because I was one of those people that you hated, right? I was like, I'm 5'6", I weighed 180 pounds, and my diet was pizza and ice cream. And I did not gain a pound, ever. Now, here I am, and I've gained some weight. Nobody told me that when you get a little bit of weight on you, it always feels like your shirts are hugging you. It's like a sense of emotional support. This is my emotional support shirt. I tried to bring it on a plane the other day. They made me rip it off. I couldn't. I had to go on naked. That was a fun flight. Oh, where was I? Now I'm trying to think of what I was doing. Okay. Oh, right. I think. I like it when that light comes on. It lights up my nose. Yeah, so, we got the... Hang on. No, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting my stuff. I didn't practice it enough. That happens sometimes too. Sometimes you get your show down, and then you go on stage, and you're like, wait, what was I talking about? You forget about it. Well, I was talking about how we don't age well. That's true. And I talked about that. Oh, canceled. Right, because I am canceled. So, yeah, I remember where I was. Sorry about that. See, that's another thing when you get old and canceled and you're a comic on stage, because when you're young, you're going to try to skip over it and tell a couple little stupid jokes to fill up the time, but when you're old, you're like, what the hell was I talking about? No, I mean, I could talk about getting fat. That's what it was. I could talk about music. I love music. I like old music. Well, the older music I miss. I miss it a lot. But I kind of have a problem with it, because all the things that they said in the older music, did we do any of it? I mean, did we really do it? We're not gonna take it. Did anybody stop taking it? I didn't stop taking it. Every time that song was over, I forgot about it. I just kept taking it. Did anybody ever come up to you and shake you all night long? Never happened to me. How many of you actually walked like an Egyptian? We got one person.
I just don't want to say.
No, I mean, did you actually ever turn over and wake them up before you go? I don't think anybody. And I don't even remember what it was like to be like a virgin, so that's way out there. No, the last people I had sex with, they're on coins now. No, I mean, it's like, I don't think anybody pushed it. I don't even think anybody pushed it a little bit. I seriously doubt anybody pushed it real good. Don't think it happened. Okay. I don't even think it's possible to pump up the jam. I don't think you can do that. I don't think it's possible to take the jam and put it up. I don't think. Did I miss the party? It would have had to have been something. It was somebody coming running out of like some hillbilly village somewhere. You gotta help me, man. You gotta help me tell everyone. So, well, what's wrong with you? Oh, Jim Bob back there. He took the jam and he put it up. Nobody can put the jam up. Wait. How did he put up the jam? He pumped it. Fuck you. Well, you gotta have a parade now because somebody pumped up the jam, right? Oh, and a lot of times there were old cartoon commercial jingles. I miss those too. A lot of those, they're on YouTube, a lot of them. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not being sick. Sometimes my zipper falls down a little bit. I'm just checking. Okay, my dick ain't hanging. Okay, good. No, I miss the old commercial jingles, and you can find them on YouTube. And some of them, there's one. I love Dr. Pepper. Some people hate Dr. Pepper. Some people. How many Dr. Pepper fans? Yeah. Okay.
I want to be a pepper too.
Yeah. Well, and you remember the song, right? No. I'm a pepper. You're a pepper. He's a pepper. So remember that, right? You can't do that song now. I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, them's a pepper, they're a pepper, she's a pepper, she's a pepper, herself is a pepper, themself is a pepper. The thing would last an hour now. You can't do that one anymore. So, I could talk about being canceled, because it was. Canceled though, I'm pissed off about being canceled. And a lot of people you see people on the internet, Twitter and Facebook, these trolls and shit posters, and they're out there. I don't care about being canceled. I'm not here to impress them. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I care. I care. Because you have to understand, I had this planned out, and they messed it up. I had it all planned out. Because, here I am, I've done comedy for 20 years. I'm not going to do this forever. I'm getting old. I've got to retire sometime. So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, what can I do or say on stage that will force them to throw me out? What can I do? Is there anything I can do? And these large venues that I performed for 20 years, I wasn't going to leave them. I was going to make them terrified of me. I'm through the ranting Gryphon. I'm not just going to quit. I'm not just going to walk up there and do some Biden's America's deer and Kevlar vests and then wander. I'm not going to do that, right? So I'm like, okay, what can I do to make sure that any convention organizer would just shit their liver if they even hear my name, right? That was the plan. That was the plan. And I went to my planning desk. I have one of those. And I went over there. You ever seen Wile E. Coyote drawing up some big doomsday device to shove up Bugs Bunny's ass? That was me. And I'm planning out, what am I going to do when I want to retire? And I had a lot of good plans. Tons of them. They were awesome. And one plan I had, I was going to go and I was going to take dodo DNA and I was going to reanimate a dodo. I was going to bring it on stage live and I was going to kill it. Right in front of everyone. Put it on a rotisserie. You know? That'd make a good YouTube video, right? I had another one. I was gonna take blood packs, like these fake blood packs, and put them under my shirt. And I was gonna go on stage and get halfway done with a comedy show. I was going to fall down and through the magic of some puppetry, I was going to give birth to like a crack fetus. And it was going to wander over, dragging its umbilical cord to this like cardboard voting booth and vote for Bernie Sanders. That'd piss everyone off, right? And so I'm thinking, okay, this is cool. And boy, it was close too. I mean, maybe a few years I really felt like I had left before I was too tired, too old to do this. And but during that time, I was going to make good shows until I, decided to drop the comedy bomb on my own face live in front of everybody. And then somebody stood up and said, "You're canceled." But what? Excuse me? And a lot of people say, "Yes, you, to the rating of, you're canceled. You can't perform anymore." And I'm like, I had plans. There were things I was going to do. How dare you? And I contacted all the people like involved in conventions. And I'm like, what is this with people getting, canceled and stuff? They're like, oh, no. And they shut down and blocked me. All of them. And I'm like, okay. And instantly I thought, okay, did I get drunk at a convention and accidentally pull off Plan 36 and I don't remember it? I mean, because these people are acting like I actually did start a fire on stage by spinning a midget on top of another one long enough. That is possible. But I don't remember doing anything wrong. And I tried to ask them, but they blocked me. I couldn't see it. And finally, somebody stood up and said, "You're canceled because you are a Nazi." And I thought, shit, why didn't I think of that? That's not on my planning table anywhere. That would have been so much easier than injecting Baby Yoda full of heroin until he passes out and then taking his shit in his mouth. That would have been so much easier. Didn't think of it. And I'm like, but now I have questions. Serious questions. And I'm like, okay, wait, why am I a Nazi? Why is that? And they pulled up a bunch of screenshots of a tweet that I'd made saying that I didn't think that people should be beaten up for speaking. And I'm like, okay, there's your point. And I'm like, what now? And they're like, nope, that's it. Oh, really? Huh. And I thought, wasn't it hard to be a Nazi? I've never seen anybody be a Nazi by accident. I've never seen anybody walking down the sidewalk and they trip over a banana peel and they stand up, oh, I'm a Nazi now. Well, I've never seen that. picture, that takes some effort, doesn't it? And I'm picturing these two dudes like in 1940s German outfits, and they're standing around. Yeah, this is Mrs. Steinberg. She's very nice old lady. What? No, I don't want to hate her. I have to hate her now. Oh, we're going to hate on Mrs. Steinberg. So, okay, sorry, we hate you. Dieter's going to be very mad about it. Yeah, Dieter. It's the one that likes show music. But I have to hate him too? We're not going to make very many friends this way. And that's what I thought it was. I thought it was, that kind of thing. But apparently no. Now, if you don't like pineapple on your pizza, I mean, I'm not a historical expert, but I remember, the Nazis killing millions of people and taking over a lot of the world. All I've been doing is standing up and making an idiot out of myself and then going to the bar. So, I don't know how I got that, but I have actually been elevated, though. I have been elevated. I'm not just a Nazi anymore. As much honor as I get from being a Nazi, I'm something else now. Because, I don't know if this is private information, I hope not, I'm going to keep it as much private as I can. But somebody called a hotel in Tulsa about this convention, and they complained about me showing up to perform. And they said, apparently, he's worse than Hitler. Now, no, I'm okay with this because this secures my place in hell. Because when I wake up and I'm in HellCon, I'm going to walk up right to the devil's throne and say, bitch, get your ass out my chair. This is mine. All right, shut off the flyer and turn on the goddamn music. We're having a party up in here. That's what I'm going to do. But, no, there, are you back? There she is. My mom's here. Hi, Mom. This is the first time, this is the first time ever in my entire career that she's actually come and watched me. And so I just want to make sure that I don't do anything embarrassing, with my mom there. That's why I'm going to talk a lot about my balls. Mom's back there going, oh, shit. No, we all have embarrassing moments. Some of you guys did, came from, there's one person that I think came from Hawaii. Are you here? No. I'm sure they came, but yeah, somebody came here from Hawaii. But I've been in different countries, and I've done some stupid things. Australia. I know there's an Australia. There you are. Okay, you'll get this immediately. I was in Australia, and I was in a hotel, and I'd run out of beer. This is a bad thing for my face. And so I'm wanting to call down to the front desk to see if they have one of these little freezers that's got the beer in it, right? And I didn't know if they had one of those lines that you had to dial to get out, but usually in the United States you dial 9 and it kind of connects you to the thing. So I dialed 9, nothing happened. I dialed 9 again. And then I just hit 9999999. I didn't know that in Australia, 911 is actually 999. Hello, emergency, what do you need? I want another beer. Yeah, that was interesting. Germany was fun as well. I actually went there, and they have these wonderful, interesting urinals. Because they're kind of higher off the ground, and they're sort of stainless steel. And I go up to one, and I'm like, well, this is about here. I'm like, well, okay, I guess they didn't put them on the floor. So went in, and I took the leak, and turned around and went to wash my hands, but there was no sink. And I'm like, wait, there's no sink. And I turned around, and some dude walked over to the urinal, turned on the water and washed his hands because it wasn't a urinal. It was the sink. And I just pissed in it. That was fun. When you get to learn German, Germany, but you get to learn German, the language. That's very interesting as well, because you learn they put words together a lot. Kindergarten. You guys know that word, right? Kinder. Child, garden, yard. Child yard. That's basically what it means. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking around, starting to figure out German a little bit. And I see this word and it says Kinderplatz. Now I know what Platz means. That means place. Child place. And I followed the arrows, walked outside. There's a bunch of, playground equipment. It's child place. I got it. So I thought I was going to be funny. And instead of looking for the toilet, I started looking for the Scheiseplatz. Yeah. Now, I'm walking around and, Philistine Scheiseplatz. They look confused and a little bit, and then eventually they point me around. I did that like several times I went there. I'm asking for the Scheiseplatz.
Oh my God.
Basically the shit place. Where's the shit place? Now, I was okay with that for a little while, and then I found out, because I talked to another German friend of mine, why people were giving me strange looks. They have that, they use that word. I didn't make that up, they use it. Scheiseplatz. Only it's not where you put the shit, it's where it comes from. So I was walking around Germany asking people to find my asshole. Excuse me, Philistine Scheiseplatz. I'm basically saying, excuse me, where is the asshole of mine? Where's my asshole? That's why they were looking at me like that. They're like, oh my God, this guy does not know what the hell he's talking about. And I didn't. I didn't dig out I should have dug out my clock. So I need that. I always like to keep an eye on the time. Oh, hey, my camera's on. I'm gonna take a picture of you. Let me get past there. Come on. Yeah, that'll, oh, Bree Giraffe. You guys are there. I'll stick that picture up for all the people. I haven't seen it because I haven't gone on it, but here there are a bunch of people on Twitter that have been putting up pictures of the hotel from like Thursday morning when no one was here. Look, there's nobody at FFA. I was saying this in the guest of honor dinner. It's like, it's funny because a lot of people, it's like, well, I'm going to go there and I'm going to protest and I'm going to make it a hard time. Everybody's going to suck. I haven't seen one of them. Nope. They're all sitting behind the screens right now. They ain't here, are they? Nope. And we're having a good time. And right now, what I hear on Twitter is that they're down there pounding their fists going, stop having a good time! Stop having a good time! Oh, boy. Well, I hope they're having fun doing that. Yeah! Woo! What else should I talk about? Is there anything I forgot? I mean, I had a lot of stuff here. Thought I had an hour. Yeah, well, I did comedy. I did the part about me aging like smegma. I liked that. Let me tell you about a guy named Jeff Good. This was a long time ago. Jeff Good was, he was a writer. If any of you guys ever remember it was a cartoon on Disney Channel called American Dragon.
Oh my God.
He wrote that.
Yeah, really?
He wrote that, and he was a guest of honor at a furry convention. And I'm like, I gotta meet this guy, because I was looking at his list of things he did. It's like American Dragon, And then there was Puna the Fuck Dog and Other Plays for Children. That was there. And then there was one called the 12, I think it was called. And it was where all Santa's reindeer got together and filed a lawsuit for sexual assault against him. And I'm like, this guy seems kind of interesting to me. I think I want to meet this guy. So he was invited to a fur con. And now he'd already heard about me. I didn't know about this, but he read that I was on there and what's this. And he actually asked people, who's this To the Ranting Griffin guy? I mean, I might have been guest of honor at that convention. I don't remember. But they're like, okay, here's To the Ranting Griffin. He rants, he says a lot of horrible things, and don't ever piss him off. That's what they said to him. Now, this guy is starting to think that there's a furry mafia, and that I am the boss. So he wanders in, he goes to the con, and he sits down at this table. He's having a little bit of lunch there. I haven't seen him all weekend, by the way, because this dude, most of the time when you get, guests of honor, they come into a fur con and they're all like, okay, whatever is it? And then they need to wander off and have 6 months of therapy to get over what they've seen at the convention. This guy, no, he came in, saw the furries, saw lots of beers, and went party! And he ran in, he was just there all weekend. He was even hiding from the staff. He was like hiding from the staff behind, furries so that he could continue to party. And now it's Sunday. Hadn't seen this guy yet. He's apparently downstairs at a table in the restaurant, and he's having some lunch. So I had a companion up there, was a friend of mine. I said, okay, here's what you do. Go down to Jeff Good and tell him that I'd like to see him. And I'd like to see him in my room if that's okay, because I like to talk to him. And now, see, here I am, I'm in the mirror, and I'm doing some Godfather stuff, because I'm going to offer this guy a beer, I'm going to say, hey, chill out with me for a little while, drink a beer, talk with the guy, right? I'm in the mirror, hey, I got an offer you can't refuse. I got an offer you can't refuse this offer. And I'm practicing, right? So I'm gonna say, you have a beer. I'm gonna offer you this beer. Just sit down, have fun. So my friend goes down there, and he sits down at the table, and he says, "Tu wants to see you in his room." Jeff Good is now getting worried. He's getting a little afraid because he thinks I'm some kind of furry mob boss, and I just asked him to my room. He starts moving his, they all start moving their chair back like, like there's some kind of, mark on them now. And so eventually he comes up to the room, and he knocks on my door. And I open it, and there he is, and he's standing there looking very nervous. He says, you wanted to see me, sir? I'm like, yeah, come on in, have a seat. He comes in, he sits down, and I turn to him and I go, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. Bad timing. People do not know why Jeff Good was jumping out my window that night. But that's what honestly happened. I do not know. How late is it? I'm checking the time. Because I want to be accurate. We got 10 minutes, right? Can I duck out 10 minutes early? Or do you want to come in here and say something or not?
No, you go.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of something else to talk about. I wanted to do the toaster one, but I can't remember.
Great giraffe.
The what?
Great giraffe.
Oh, great giraffe. I should have brought my little collar here. Because apparently, we have to talk about Great Giraffe. Do you know who Great Giraffe is? Do you know? Neither do I, because I can't see her face. It's all the way up there in the sky, but she gives us commandments. And they fall down from her face. onto the earth, where she grows all of her shits. Notice the fields are barren. And that is where we find out what Great Giraffe wants us to do. Now, what do you think? Here's the thing about Great Giraffe. I always make this up with you guys. I don't know if you've ever been in the middle of a great giraffe, but we got to make this up together, right? So, what that Great Giraffe wants us to do? What do you think? What is commandment number 1 for this weekend?
Have a good time.
Good time. Maybe. Possibly. Have sex? Is that in there?
Drink beer.
Okay, well, where am I? No, I just gave you guys a commandment from a giraffe that you can make up, and I said have sex, and nobody said yeah? What's going on here?
Healthy boundaries.
It's the first time I've ever yelled sex at a furry con, and everybody's like, What? Are you nuts? An old great giraffe likes the booze. She also likes the pizza. She likes the pizza with, she doesn't like pineapples on the pizza. The reason why is because I'm making that part up. Pineapple does not belong anywhere near pizza. How many people like pineapple on pizza? About half of you. It's always about half. Oh, man. So what is law number 2 from Great Giraffe?
Become uncancelable.
Become uncancelable? You know what? I kind of disagree with you. I kind of disagree with that. I think everybody should just get freaking canceled. Just cancel everything. Cancel all of us. Hey, if you uncancel yourself, that means they can try to cancel you again once you're canceled. Can't do it again, right? Cancel everybody. So, well, if you've registered to be here, you're already canceled. You guys know that, right? We're all canceled. I'm double canceled now if there is such a thing.
You're canceled.
Yeah, I'm canceled. Third rule of Great Giraffe. What is the third law of Great Giraffe?
Eat the chicken parmesan.
What is it?
3 can be married.
3 can be what?
Married.
3 people can be married, you mean? We ain't Utah, buddy.
3 can be married.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I'm sure for this weekend that will happen for us because Great Giraffe is a very kind God. She's very giraffe God. And if I was going to make a comedy show, might have said something like that, but I'm very sorry. I didn't have any comedy material tonight. I just wanted to stand up here and talk to you. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. I came in, I thought, did my best, and now I'm going to go to the bar because I'm American. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
To the ranting Gryphon. Guys, thank you so much for coming and being here. Don't forget, we're about to start our nightly dance here at 10 o'clock. When you guys get up, I have a couple more things to tell you, but when you get up, if you wouldn't mind picking up your chair and moving it to the side of the room over here, that would help us greatly. Just get it done super quick. How many of you enjoyed seeing Drucifer? If you want to see him again, he will be hosting our charity auction tomorrow here on stage at 3 p.m. So if you want to come see him live again, please come to that. And one last thing, our closing ceremonies is tomorrow on stage at 6 o'clock. Please come to that because we will have a lot of exciting news to share with you and you will not want to miss it. Thank you guys. Please pick up your chairs, move them to the side.
Thank you.